Thank you very much, Amy. Now, innovation is the current political buzzword in Australia, and last night Sydney played host to the first set of Nobel Awards held in this country, celebrating local technology startups. To discuss the awards and to tell us how the innovation agenda is really progressing, we're joined by the Chair of Innovation Australia, Bill Ferris. Mr Ferris, good morning.
Good morning, Michael.
Tell us about the Nobel Awards. Are they aligned to the Nobel Awards?
Well, the event was held in the premises of Cicada Innovations, one of our oldest, in fact, the pioneering incubator really in this country. It's been going for a couple of years, nurturing startup companies of all sorts. And it's run by a young Swedish lady called Petra Andren, and she somehow successfully negotiated for the Nobel organisation to, agree to the badging of this event. It's first in the Southern Hemisphere, as far as I'm aware, and that was last night, celebrating and recognising some of the best startups that Cicada Innovations has been involved with in recent times.
Give us an example of some of the startups recognised in those awards last night.
Well, they were very interesting across, across medtech and agritech, fintech, all sorts of tech and other businesses. One that caught my eye was a medical technology business called TRIMF, and it had been started by a guy doing his PhD at Sydney University about 7 years ago, and he's been toiling away and come up with now a startup business called TRIMF. And what it has is a patented polymer gel, a liquid that attaches selected proteins that are carried into a damaged bone or damaged tissue or damaged cartilage, whatever the task is, and using the body's own temperature sets up a healing and repair process quite rapidly and efficaciously. Now this fellow Ali has got it to through animal testing and conducted his preliminary pre-clinical trials and is now set up to do the inhuman trials, and frankly it looks very, very promising. That's the sort of startup that can affect health outcomes here and abroad in quick time.
Absolutely. Now, as you know, Bill Ferris, it's close to a year, just over a year, I think, since Malcolm Turnbull announced his innovation statement, that $1 billion over 4 years. 1 year on, and you're deeply involved in the innovation space. Have we got progress on that front? Are there the investors there to back those startups you just talked about?
Yes, look, when I started out in this business decades ago, by the way, it's great to see Mick Jagger have a start-up again today, wasn't it? That's his 8th, I think.
Very nice, thank you.
Hope for all of us. I think, whereas in my time early on there was very little venture capital around to back startups and new ideas, money isn't the problem today. Money's always a great enabler, of course. But really, I've never seen a startup ecosystem as vibrant and as imaginative and populated as I've ever witnessed before. 5 years ago, there were probably a half a dozen incubators or accelerators, as they are sometimes called, for nurturing small startups, because these startups aren't easy.
No.
The stats are like 1 in 20 survive after 3 years.
There's a lot of failure, absolutely.
And so you need a system, an ecosystem where failure's okay, it's part of the process, but where you do get collaboration, nurturing, mentoring, a lot of things other than just money. Money, I think we're in pretty good shape, and we're starting for the first time really to see institutional money, superannuation style money from the very big funds, actually get interested in giving it a go in the earlier stage end of business enterprise.
Bill Ferris, thank you. And for that Mick Jagger gag, you get the News Breakfast Friday morning Gold Star.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
I hope you're proud. Thank you.
Okay.
I've got the elephant stamp just back here, which if he was any closer, I absolutely would have given it.